applying makeup on the face, like you are white on your face and the rest of your body or your neck is so different from your face, so you will look like you have put a mask on your face. So that is the perception. That was bring men to hate makeup, by the way. So if
Hello and welcome to my story, the first episode of this story, and this is an episode where we get to unveil the hidden tears and the hidden smile in us human beings. And in today's episode, I'll be hosting a very beautiful angel. She's called Dibo Abduba, who is a CEO of Kylie Beauty, which deals with makeup and generally about beauty. She's a survivor, and she's going to tell us how her childhood has been, and she already home lack of medical facility in this northern part of Kenya has made her gender not to be known for like days and days, and she's going to tell us this story. So welcome, Angel. How are you?
I'm good.
Now tell me, who is Dibo?
Okay, Dibo is a lady born in North Hall, raised in North Hall, studied in North Hall. Yes, and I'm currently a makeup artist. I've studied doing the normal makeup and the special effect makeup. Yes.
Tell me, how was your childhood been?
Okay.
From your growth, from your birth and the growth right now.
In my childhood, there is a lot of challenges here and there that my parents went through, but generally, to start about it, when my mother gave birth, being newly married, being the firstborn, they faced a lot of challenges, and by then there was no that much activities. Teachers were not being paid well because my mom is a teacher and my dad is a businessman. So when my mother gave birth, it was an accidental birth because I was born at 6 months. Yes, 6 months, which was caused by like my mother, while she was walking, she just slipped, and then she got forced labor. She went directly to the hospital. Yes, when she went to the hospital, the northern dispensary by then. So while she was there, she gave birth normally, 6 months. So like in those areas of northern, like 6 months, they have never seen such an incident before.
Yeah.
So when during in the same situation, my mother was laying there, and then she asked one of the nurses, how is my baby? And then she could not tell her your baby is good or she's not in a well situation, because they said they don't even know how the baby was. They don't know the sex, because the only thing that was formed by then was only the mouth and the eyes. That's the only thing that they could see. All the fingers were together, both for the hands and the legs. So they could not tell her which gender it was. So in the situation, they said the only thing they could help was to call a doctor and take my mother to Wamba. Then, okay, because there was no communication, no network.
How far is Wamba from North Hall?
It's so far. That's a different county. That's Samburu County, and we are in Marsabit County. So means of transport, the only means of transport was a lorry. So there was no way out that you could help a mother who was just given birth to travel all the way to Wamba by lorry. So the best thing they could do was to help out my mother and leave me alone. The nurses there were so concentrating on the mother and leaving the child. So even if when someone was asking how is the child, they could not say how, because there is no way you could explain that. So then in the situation, then a priest came. It's called Father Richard. So he came and then he asked about the mother, how the child was, and then Father, let me use the word he used, mtoto wako wapi. And then the best thing alionyeshwa, the baby was laying on the floor.
For how many days?
Not days.
Okay, for that time.
For that time.
Okay.
Just wrapped in a cloth. Then father asked, why is the baby on the floor? And they said, we don't even know how the baby is. They could not explain because it is their first incident there. So father took me up from the ground, he held me, and then he started patting me on the back. So he said, the baby is surviving. Yes, she's alive. The only thing that the baby went through is premature birth.
The priest came and helped you out and said the baby is alive, right? So from there, did they take you and the mother and your mom to Wamba Hospital, or what happened?
Yes. The helicopter took a lot of time before, because it was not planned. They had to take some time to organize all that. So after the organization, like some few hours, the helicopter came and they took us to Wamba, both me and my mom. Yes. So when we reached there, there was bill for the helicopter. There was bill for my
Hospital?
the hospital bill,
Yes.
and then for the incubation, because I had to be taken back to incubator for survival. Because like, to the narration of my mom, I was starting to change, because there was no enough oxygen, because I'm still premature and then I'm just out of the womb. So they had to rush me to the incubator.
Okay.
Then it took my mom like a month. She just has to come and peep through the window to see me. That was the only way she could see me, because
Like, for how long did you stay in the
3
incubation?
months.
For 3 months?
Yes.
And for all that 3 months, your mom has been there?
Yes. So because of hygiene and other factors they were considering, she could not come into the incubation room unless when she was given like only 1 or 2 days, like once in a while, to just come and see me. So before then, she says she always come and peep through the window. She sees how I'm doing, yes, like that. So after then, when they had to cater for the bills, thanks be to the late Dr. Godana, he helped my mom and my dad, because they could not afford to pay the hospital bill, because they were newly married.
Yeah.
So they could not afford to get that kind of money. So after Wamba, they had to take me to get roots Nairobi, where like a night was 100,000
A night in
per
hospital?
night. Yes.
Okay.
Like if you couldn't afford in Wamba, get root was a different story to tell.
Sure.
So he catered for my mom there. They said that the baby is so fragile, being even premature. Then my weight started to change. The first day when I was born in Northern, my original kg was 0.5 kg.
0.5.
0.5.
Okay.
So
So it's half a kg.
yes, half
like,
a kg.
Let me not even joke, but it's the same as mkate.
Yes.
The swallow.
Yes.
Oh
So-
my goodness.
So it came to a situation that when she was taken to get through, she was trying to how to cater for me, because I never breastfed.
For all that 3
all
months.
that time. Even
No, no.
until now, I have
Let-
never.
No, let me now ask. Like, after how many months were you taken to Gertrude's hospital?
Like
In-
after
3
Wamba.
months. Okay.
Yeah.
3 months in Wamba, and
Yes.
and you went and you went
Yes.
to Gertrude's.
Yes, because there was a lot of complication, because my growth, the normal growth of a child, because of my condition of being premature and being exposed to all that environment, was so slow. So the point that the doctor was fearing that I'm going to be exposed to more infection. So what my mother felt pain about was she could see all the intestine of my stomach, because the drip, that the only thing that they could do was to take the pipe and through the nose and to the stomach. So you could see the milk going through the intestine. So she felt pain. She never thought that this baby is never going to survive. So after that, after going to get through, she was being trained to take me through how she should take care of me and how she should handle me. I thank God that she's educated. She can understand each and every step, because like
That
she
was
could not
indicated.
yes
Yeah.
she could not like lay me sleep on my back, because hapa itabondeka. So sleeping this way, hapa itabondeka. So the best way I could only sleep was on my forehead, just like this, or on my stomach, and then my head turned the other way. Until now, I sleep that way.
Not the same way.
Yes.
Okay.
So it became an issue. Then after taking me there was a lot of complication. I don't drink, even after the organs being developed. Breastfeeding was a problem. So she was trying to give me a special kind of milk that she should be giving me, but following a very very strict medical hygiene, that because the doctor was saying that any hygiene or infection that I get is going to cost my life. So she followed the rules. She followed all the rules that she was given, and then after some few months, I was taken back home, back to my motherhood.
After how many months?
After 4 months, yes. Now after 4 months, because I stayed there for a month, then they took me back to Northern. So everything was so slowly, everything, because like all the concentration of the family was on this child, because they expect anything will happen anytime, because like people were still believing the baby can't survive. What kind of baby is that? Because they were already, like, in some areas, babies like that were being thrown away because they don't even know what to do with it. So after that is how I was taken there, and the strict rules, like no shaving of my hair using razor blade. My hair was not shaved until I was 5 years, because they said razor blade would affect me so much, because of that the skull is still developing. Yes.
So after you've stayed now in North Horn, how do you usually feel when you see other kids they're shaved and you're not shaved?
I used to ask my mom, and then she, even if she would explain to me, I wouldn't understand. So later she would tell me, hivyo tu hata mimi nataka tu uko na nywele, wewe ni msichana, ile hope tu anakupea. Yes.
So definitely where you're living, there are other kids around you, right? And they usually see, and maybe their parents usually tell them, okay, Dibo is this and this, take good care of her and stuff like that. Did that thing make you feel so insecure?
No, it did not, because it even pushed me to like know each and everything. I always move like from that environment and go somewhere. The only problem was she could not allow me to go to next houses or far places to go and play with the other kids, because you have to take care of my health. Yes.
How did your mama feel like you grew up? Has she ever told you like this is what and what and what, aside the story of your birth?
Yeah, she used to tell me, the problem with us, sometimes saying the truth makes you cry. Like my mother, I know the pain she went through. She always tell me, I always celebrate my birthday, not because I want, but to make my mother happy, to feel that the baby that was, like, she gave birth from nothing, from 0.5 kg, is still a survivor. Yes.
But you're still a good girl. Yes. Very beautiful indeed. You don't even look like someone who was born at 6 months. Okay, I had a full circle, but we still look the same, right?
Yes.
This is beautiful, and I know you're doing a lot of things in this world, right?
Yes.
Yes. So now, how was your primary school?
Okay, my primary school, first, I started class 1 at Russo Primary, where my mother was a teacher. I started there, and then after that I went to St. John Memorial. Oh no, Father John Memorial. I started class 1 until class 5. When after class 5, because there was so much teachers strike, I had to move from Marsabit and went back to Northern. Then after class 6, I completed my class 8 in Northern Primary.
Did your situation, like, did it really affect you, or were you feeling some issues, some problems? Were you getting any problems?
Yes. There was a lot of complication. As I was growing, the main problem was the slight weather change was a problem to me. Like, if it was like the rainy season is coming, before it comes, I always get sick. The reason was because of the low immunity. The immunity of a child comes from the mother. It comes from the breastfeeding of the mother. So I did not breastfeed, so my immunity is very low. So I am getting exposed to anything that comes across, makes me sick. And if I get sick, you feel like, this one she won't survive. But I always survive. That's why today we are here.
Yeah, what was the perception of your father when he had, okay, my daughter, she's this way and this way?
Okay, my dad, I'm so proud of you. You know, he said, msichana wangu hawezi itwa Dibo, by the way, alikataa. He said, no, hajatusumbua.
Because okay, to the viewers maybe who don't understand that, Dibo is someone who disturbs.
Yes. So he said, hawezi itwa Dibo, msichana wangu hajasumbuana, sijui nini. He was so defensive before I got the name. So my name was later changed to Kylie. Some people still call me Kylie. Kylie became like after all those hospital bills, and then just one of my grandmothers told me, I will call her Kylie, and that is how the name of my makeup came from.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad was always supportive. He always, like, if it is my health, it's always the priority of everyone. Yes.
How did the family took you later on, now when you now maybe in class 6, 7, and you this grown beautiful girl?
Okay, for most of the people, like most of the rest of the family, it was something wonderful, something they never expected that we were able to survive. But now they can see that someone is grown. So the only time that drained my family completely was when I was in class 7, 8, because of low immune, I had a condition of being asthmatic. No one knew, so walikuwa nasema it's just pneumonia, give me injection, too much injection, because we could not understand what is the situation until when I went to class 7 and I even started fainting, too much complication, my headache was too much, I can't even bathe. Sometimes in class I collapsed completely because of severe headache. So they later took me back to Kenyatta. Then they said, Kenyatta said she's asthmatic. So in the follow-up, like, you know, asthma is in the family. So they said she's asthmatic and that is the condition I should be living with. And then the other thing was,
when you were in primary school, did you at any given time felt like I'm not a normal child, and because I'm getting a lot of complications and stuff like that?
No, I did not, because, you know, I did not think of such thing, because the environment I was in, we were all equal. No one even knew that story. The only people who knew was some teachers there and my mom and other elders, those who were there by then. So it couldn't affect me. The only thing was, like, those times was that in class 7 when my health was deteriorating, so I could not do exams sometimes. So other than that, I never thought about something like that.
So what was the perception of your friends, like while you're growing up?
Yes.
And they're saying, okay, you're this kind of child who is going to hospital every time now and then?
Yes, there is a friend, I won't mention her name. She always criticized me because of my weakness. So she always comment about me being slim, you know, and I was in out of bed because of low immunity. So that thing gave me motivation
to work hard.
Yes.
Okay.
It gave me motivation because I was sure behind being born at 0.5 kg, there was something more behind. There was a big story that was coming. It, like, to me, I felt special because, like, I have survived all that. I have survived and went all through that. Then there is a big seed in me that shows that I have something special and a brighter future ahead of me.
And
so
and for sure you are a special human being.
Thank you.
And definitely you'll have a brighter future.
Yes.
So don't worry. That aside, you finished primary school and then you went to high school. How has your high school been?
Okay. That is the worst part of my life. I call it the worst because first I was admitted to Mudambi Girls. I went there not because the school was not. That was not the school I was to be admitted to. I was to go to Machakos Girls, but because of the transport, the fear, the change of environment from a hotter desert to a cold area. And then there was a lot of misconception of being going to Machako. So they took me back to Meru. There I started in Form 1 and Form 2. In Form 2, my parents were in Nodor. Then on that term, Form 2, I wanted to drop out of school.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I wanted to drop out of school because I was not performing as I expected. The reason being, there is some subject I never wanted at all. Mathematics being the worst, chemistry and biology, because I felt, no, this is not my thing. Let me just get out of this school and go back home.
To just stay?
Yes. So, because my dad and mom are very strict, I had to clear school without my dad and mom knowing. I had to.
You did clearance?
Yes.
For yourself?
Yes.
So that you're going to leave the school?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Then?
So because even if I explain to my dad that I want to transfer to another school, he won't agree. So my mom knew that I was not happy about the performance.
Okay.
So she even proposed that I should go on transfer, but on a very light note, not telling my dad. So to make the story short, I had to clear the school.
So when you were in that school, aside not performing, was there any other issue that you're facing?
No.
Okay.
No.
It was just the performance?
Yes.
Have you ever sat down and talked to teachers, or have you ever told your parents that, okay, I'm not performing in this and this, kindly help me look for someone who will do me coaching and tuition and stuff like that?
There was.
Okay.
My mom she tried her best, because aside being a teacher, she assigned someone else to give me some coaching. But even if you take a donkey to the river and it doesn't know to drink water, you won't force it. So even being coached did not help me, because I'm still going back to the same environment.
So is it that you never wanted the school?
Yes, I never wanted
the
school.
subjects?
I never wanted the school, and I never wanted those subjects.
What was the problem?
The problem was, generally, I never wanted sciences. So that thing discouraged me.
Okay.
So I went back home, and then every holiday my dad used to analyze our report forms. I had to forge the report form. Yes. I don't want to say the grade that was there, but I had to forge
the
report form because I had to please my dad, because I'll just make him like happy. Even if it's to my cost, I had to. But later they realized that I forged the report form. So then he made a lot of noise. He never knew something worse was coming. So opening day came.
So before we go to you going back to home and stuff like that, so that time when you were forging report cards and your performance and stuff like that, did you felt like, okay, this thing is did it even affected you in any way?
Yes, it affected me psychologically, because I knew I was doing something wrong. I did this because like parent communication was a problem. I could not express myself to my dad because my dad is strict and my mom is strict. So I had to do that so that they can just feel comfortable with the performance. So that's why after the closing of the school, I gave out the report card. It was forged. He realized, and then it was time to give the fee structure. The fee structure was stuck together with my clearance form.
Okay.
So I had to give him and disappear. I just went running out of the house and just to go, because he did not expect that. So the punishment I was told, when you watasoma watarudi shule, when you wasoma watabaki nyumbani. So yes, so my dad, he never wanted that. Then they took me back to St. Mary's, Isiolo. Then in St. Mary's, I went there. I still had a challenge there because I never wanted to study CRE. I dropped CRE at Form 1. So then I dropped CRE. The school was strict Catholic, so you had to do CRE. So I said no, I strictly want to do geography and history. And geography and history in St. Mary, it's the same time. The class goes along the
For
same
humanities.
time. Yes.
Yes.
So it became a challenge. Then when I went to Form 3, sister was telling me, no, you have to do CRA. I started from scratch to go and do what is CRA from 4 months, start revising. So after that...
So at what point now did your father say, okay, fine, now, wakukasi wakai, you stayed? After how long did you went back to school now?
No, just after a week, because he could not bear me sitting at home, so he just took me. Then that's how I went to St. Mary's. Yes.
Did you repeat the same thing that you were doing in Mozambique?
No. The only problem was I never went to chemistry class. I never stepped in the chemistry lab and the biology class. But in fact, let me confess, because I'm doing my story, I have never written biology essay whole of my life until the KCSE.
Even the KCSE?
Yes, I did not write anything because I hated science. But I never liked sciences.
Okay, you at least you will have told someone like, okay, fine, me, I don't love sciences. Have you tried as much as possible to make sure that you talk to people who love sciences and stuff like that? Okay, you just made up your mind that you don't love this unit.
Yes.
Okay.
So I concentrated on my strengths and forgot about the weaknesses. So I concentrated on the language because I was doing the best in the languages, and on science being my best subject. So I concentrated on that specifically. Like that was my strength and I should work towards it. Yes.
Okay, right now, because I know you finished school and you've gone to university and stuff like that, what can you tell that person who doesn't love you? You need some subject in class now. Talk to them.
Okay, as for me, I would like to tell everyone, don't specialize in a specific subject and say that this is the subject you want, this is what you don't want, because later in life it's going to affect you completely, because you won't do the course that you want to do. So it will affect you choosing your careers. So study everything and always have friends that will assist you in your weaknesses.
And definitely right now, there are definitely some students who are doing the same things that you did Kitambo. So what can you tell that girl, that boy who always forged the results card and the performance of theirs?
Okay, first, cheating is the worst vice anyone can do. So face your parents the way you are. Don't pretend, and don't let me use her example. Let me not be Gumato, be yourself. If you have a C, be contented with your C, and that is what your mind gave you, be contented with that. If not, work towards a goal that you always want. Because you are not lying to your parents. My dad always tell me, haujanidanganya umejidanganya, and it is very true. I always know that. Now, because I'm a grown-up, I have experienced all this. I know, like, I was not lying to my dad or to my mom. I was
just lying
to
to
myself.
Yourself. Yes, and for sure, if you're doing something that doesn't please even you, definitely it won't please even the others.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have to learn and as much as possible be truthful to yourself and to others also.
Yes.
That aside, you finished high school. What happened?
I finished high school. I completed high school, and my passion was to do beauty and specifically makeup, because that was where I felt my passion was. But my dad wanted me to study something else, a different course.
Which course?
Community development. Yes, it involved people, yes, and the society, yes, but that wasn't my passion. Yes. So after I went to Mount Kenya University, I studied the certificate there, completed. Then I had to change to Chuka University from private to public university. So I completed Chuka University. After completing, I graduated. Everybody was happy with me. We graduated, yes.
You graduated or we graduated?
Because I did not graduate, because that
person, that guy, or even that lady who feels like, okay, the ladies who are applying makeup, or even the female who are applying the makeup, they're doing the bad thing.
applying makeup is bad on one condition: if you don't know the right shade of your skin. That is the first thing. And some makeup products that you buy, like you buy a wrong shade for your skin, because no one ever said that applying makeup on the face, like you are white on your face and the rest of your body or your neck is so different from your face, so you will look like you have put a mask on your face. So that is the perception. That's what brings men to hate makeup, by the way. So if you want to apply makeup, just go to a professional. If you don't know how to apply, go to a professional, let he or she apply your makeup, and then you're good to go.
And aside that, someone told me, okay, some people will tell you, okay, fine, your face and your leg and your hands, they're not looking the same sometimes. But is there maybe how one can do? Is it the selection of the products or the selection of the shades that matters, or is it okay? Because some people, you will wonder, someone has done a very nice makeup on the face, but the neck is so different from the face.
It's because of the wrong shade. Because like if you go and buy like makeup product, especially in Kenya, most of the stores that sell original makeup, they always tell you apply your makeup on your jawline here.
Okay.
And you go with it outside, and then you see the one which has disappeared completely completely into your skin is your shade. But what do we do, Martha? To be sincere, we buy makeup, apply
light on the hand.
You know why people go here? Because we are used to this.
Okay.
They
see if
yes.
it can blend with your
but
hand.
the thing you should understand, the skin of your hand and your face is completely different.
Okay.
Because every human being has something called hyperpigmentation. This is a condition, like not everybody is uniform from the head to the leg, and some it's not even bleaching. Like as for me, whether I have makeup or not, you'll see my face is lighter than my hands and my legs.
Okay.
It's because of a condition called hyperpigmentation or discoloration of the skin, something like that. So if you want to get into makeup business, it's good you know the shade for yourself and for your clients. Yes, and the only way you could do.
You told me you want to have a studio and stuff like that.
Yes.
Why didn't you think of just doing a freelance makeup? If someone wants to maybe do a church makeup and stuff like that, or someone has a wedding or a shoot, why didn't you just choose, okay, I'll do a freelance where I'll go to places and stuff like that, but you've chosen to be in a studio?
The reason why I thought of bringing up my own studio is because not everyone will afford to go to Rainbow Creation or Makeup by Rose, yes, or Iman Salad, because most of the academies are that. So the fees that is being charged is 45,000
Per session.
Yes, per session. So and some like, and you still have to cater for your kit, your makeup kit. So it's so hard for you to pay that 45k and still you have a whole kit to fill. So the best thing is I train them at a lower fee for those who can't afford, like for those back on the ground where I came from. Like some people might have the passion and might be supportive, the parents might be supportive, or they get a family that can support them. So this is where I want to train them specifically. And then I train them on specifically the beauty side, on the manicure, on the pedicure, and then there is the part of the special effect, like those words.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, what a story of hope, what a story of a beginning, a survivor who survived a very long journey. And thank you so much for coming through to my story and telling us what happened, what transpired, and how you landed in being a CEO of Kylie Beauty. Thank you so much, and keep on blessing this generation and keep on doing what you've been doing, okay?
Thank you.
Yes, you're a beautiful angel.
Thank you so
Always
much.
think, if a lady can tell you that you're beautiful, that means it's true. You know, most of the time it's gentlemen who shall tell ladies, okay, fine, you're beautiful and stuff like that. But you are a really blessing, and you are a blessing to this generation. Keep on doing what you're doing, and make sure to see and help the others,
Yes.
especially the ladies. And from where we're coming from, no, I mean where we're coming from, a lot of people maybe they're passionate about doing something, but they don't get that motivation and courage to do what they want to do.
Okay, Kumato, I want to say something about that.
Mhm.
This, like, the perception we see, like, makeup and beauty is something that it's from a different perspective, of which some of us on the other side of the story, we have a different angle to look at this. Like, in 2017, there was a campaign that was going on. The campaign was about Jiga's campaign. The Jiga's campaign was carried out by makeup artists and beauticians like me. The reason why, because the manicure thing or the pedicure thing was to help you clean your legs, how to keep your feet clean,
Okay.
and how to keep your nails clean, and any hygienic that support there. So the beauty thing is not only about the product and any other thing. There is a lot of perspective about it. About the bleaching is one thing. About Chica's campaign is another thing, and many other factors that still come, because I'm advising people to use a lot of home-based products. Always, like, for those who follow me, I always do live Facebook daily. Sometimes when I'm not occupied, so I advise them not to use these chemicals. Like for example, let me use a scenario like bleaching. For a lady, yes, you will look beautiful, men will admire you, yes, but what effect does it have on you? Not even on the physical part, even the internal. Like those pills we take for someone to get bleach, it's only 150 shillings. Anyone can afford. So 150 shillings you can save and buy the pill. Yes, tomorrow you will wake up and you are as bright as you wanted to be, but the situation is did you see the effect that it has on you, especially on the reproduction? It reduce, like, those pills, and especially even the ones you apply, cause infertility. Did you know that?
No.
Yes. Those things we apply, directly or indirectly, all the bleaching equipment has an effect on us. So, like, we know only the top part. So
the physical bit of it,
yes.
Because someone feels okay because I'm dark, or my skin tone is so it's a darker shade, so I feel like, okay, fine, I don't look good. So what can you tell a lady who is darker skin tone? Because some people just sit and say, okay, fine, I don't look good, and there is this perception where beauty is being referred to being light. Yeah,
it's not true, by the way. Like, I'm going to use like some of the celebrities we have here in Kenya. Look at Yvonne Okwara. She's a news anchor. She was even interviewed about being light skin. She says she was being challenged, but she has never thought of that, and she is still one of the beautiful.
And one thing, because she's my mentor, and she's one of the ladies that I look up to in this industry. And have you ever seen her makeup? It's just so nice.
Yeah,
her skin just feels so flawless.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, the reason is there is something we don't understand. There is something called skin care. If you don't take care of your skin, even if you apply makeup, it doesn't change anything. This is what people don't understand. So it's skin care first, and then makeup comes later. So, like Yvonne Okwara and Lupita is even more darker than Akode.
Yeah.
So darkness, we are having enough melanin. We are
it doesn't matter how darker or your skin tone. What matters is now how you take care of your skin.
The darker the juice,
the darker the berry, the sweeter the juice.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
So
because, wow, what an interview. Oh my goodness, I'm so inspired by you, and I know you'll inspire a lot of people outside there. And for those who are going to watch, I know most of them, they will be inspired by your story. And from now henceforth, someone, okay, even if your parents force you to do a course and stuff like that, you'll have an option of doing that course, respect your parents, and then go back and do what you want. It can't be a barrier. It's because your parents told you to do this and this and this, so you did that and you settle. Don't ever settle for less. That is the keyword that I got from Dibo today. Thank you so much, darling, for coming through and telling us your story. It's a really, tell me how someone can get you if someone wants a makeover or nails and stuff like that.
You can
on social media.
Yes, on Facebook you can get me Angel Barbie. You can follow me, and then there's a page on Facebook called Kylie Beauty. You can still follow, and then on Instagram Kylie Beauty. You can still get me. Yes.
Those are all.
Yeah.
Do you have an email where someone can send you a text?
Yes. Kylie Dibo 419@gmail.com.
Thank you so much, and keep doing what you've been doing.
Yes.
It's a pleasure having you on this set.
Thank you so much.
And most welcome. And I hope to do other stories of yours in the near future. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And may Almighty bless you.
Thank you so much.
And to the lovely viewers, it's a wrap from us at My Story. Thank you so much for tuning in, and keep on tuning. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we'll keep on impressing you. My name is Gumata Denge. Bye bye.